I'm Rob Lloyd and I'm embarking on a 12-month challenge for a fantastic charity called Sense. We're actually naming the challenge Rob's Senseless Challenge. 12 months of hell. So there's going to be a number of different events and challenges that I'm going to be taking part in. Some of the challenges require an awful lot of fitness, so those challenges will be pushed down the path a bit later on in the year. So it gives me a chance to get more healthy and more fit, if you like. I currently weigh approximately 14 stone, which is horrendous. So my fiance is going to help me lose weight over this next 2-month period before I start the main challenges. Here I have my gorgeous fiance who's going to be helping me through this long challenge. She's going to be helping me put some diet food and nutrition ideas together.
We're going to cut down your main meals. We're going to do you a meal prep as well.
Yeah.
Cut all the chocolate cake.
I'm allowed dark chocolate though, aren't I?
You can have a little bit of dark chocolate, not much.
No sherry trifle?
You should have an avocado.
Okay, and what should we have with that, do you think?
We could have some lettuce.
Oh, right, yeah. Sense as a charity, they do an incredible job throughout communities throughout the year. They deal with people with complex disabilities, deaf and blind. They help young people in the early infant stages through adulthood. So they do an incredible job throughout the journey of people's lives, and the support that they give to communities up and down the country. It's absolutely incredible. One reason, guys, why I thought a lot about this challenge was I was sort of motivated, and it goes back to when I originally did the London Marathon back in 2019, which seems quite some time ago now. Having trained for that, what I realised during the training sessions, I used to get an awful lot of nosebleeds, which for me was unheard of. I never used to have nosebleeds, even as a child or teenager. So I knew something wasn't quite right, but I was determined to complete the London Marathon, as I say, back in April of 2019, which I'm pleased to say I did successfully complete, although it took me an awful long time. Originally I expected to do it in circa 5 hours, because I'm a bit overweight and unfit, so I thought 5 hours should be okay. It did in fact take me over 7 hours to complete, and I was absolutely on the ground after it. So I knew there was a problem, and then after that again I had a lot of nosebleeds. Within 3 to 4 weeks after that I was diagnosed of having cancer. I was then admitted to hospital straight away at Glenclwyd in North Wales, and I embarked on a course where it was about 8 to 9 months of treatment of chemotherapy. It makes you realise what you have to go through when you have those sort of treatments. It really does take it out of you. And I had a lot of time to think whilst I was in hospital, if I got through it and all things being equal, what sort of things I could do to help people if I could come out of the other end. And fortunately, touch wood for me, things were okay, although I've still got the lymphoma disease that I have, but it's treatable. I wanted to embark on a really big challenge, one last hit if you like. Having done a lot of charity work historically through various activities that I'd done, and worked with Sense and came up with this idea of doing the 12-month challenge. So I guess really if I can do it, you know, anybody out there can do the same things. And that's why I've decided to help raise money for a brand new touch base, which is to all intents and purposes a respite centre in Denbigh. So this is where it all begins, the start of the journey to convert this building into a brand new touch base stroke respite centre for Sense, this great charity that we're doing a lot of work for. It's a building that's taken a bit of looking for. We've had extensive discussions with the local authority, Denbighshire Council, who have been absolutely fantastic all the way through, and also Welsh Government. As you can see, the building is derelict. It's also a listed building, and I've brought in my what I call my A team, which is headed by Steve Hopwood, who's my contracts manager. He's been with me, I think, for nearly 30 years, would you believe, and still with me. So he's going to be in charge of this project together with his team. We've got a very old contact of mine called Carl Evans. He's in the green overalls at the back there on the machine.
It's a good substantial building, but it's got to be taken right back down to the bare walls really.
It will be for a respite centre. It's a day centre to all intents and purposes, where people can come, a cross-section of age groups ranging from the younger to adult care.
Their partners or their carers or people like that, they will have just sort of a welcome little break from the day-to-day caring of their loved ones.
There'll be sensory rooms here, hydrotherapy. So what we're actually going to deliver and put in here is going to be fantastic. I will be doing a skydive, which I'm really not looking forward to. I'm not a big fan of heights anyway, but that'll be one of the early challenges, and we will be announcing during the next 12 months at the start of each month what challenges I'll be doing. The real challenge starts in March of this year, 2021, and is going to run all the way through this year up until March of next year, 2022. I really hope that people will donate and support this fundraising challenge. Sponsorships are also available for companies that want to sponsor certain challenges, certain events that I'm going to be taking part in. So it's all there to play for.